Puede ir con su abogado.
All I heard was second.
Good morning, Mr. Perez. Shh. Jesse, I'm going to mute you for a second. Mr. Perez, you were charged with 3 cases. You were charged with having a false or fictitious driver's license. You're charged with theft. You're also charged with felony fraud. It looks like you have worked in agreement where they're going to dismiss 2 and you're pleading to the theft. Is this how you understand it, sir? Understand that this theft will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Once you plead guilty, you can never take it off. Mr. Petaway, come up. Take a seat in the jury box, please. You are giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Under federal law, you give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes.
One of the other things you need to understand is that you now are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. The other thing you need to understand is this is an enhanceable offense. If you pick up 3 of these, you will now be looking at another felony charge. Knowing all this, do you still want to go forward with this plea bargain? How do you plead to the offense of theft? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to
It's 12 days credit for 5, something like that. Jeff.
12 days in jail, credit for 4 days. On motion of the state, your second case will be dismissed. Take note, because this is only going to happen so many times before they're going to be seeking a tremendous amount of jail time. We want our streets safe. Do you understand, Mr. Perez?
I understand.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Excuse me. Thanks.
Perez?
Good morning, Mr. Is it Diepa?
Buenos días.
Good morning.
Mr. Diepa, you are wanted out of the state of Oklahoma. I think it's Creek County, Oklahoma, for embezzlement.
I'm so sorry. Embezzlement. Me olvidó la palabra. Pero,
Quedarte con un cargo que no fue tuyo. ¿Quién es el cargo? Están diciendo que te
I guess misappropriating.
I'm so sorry.
La diferencia es que
Es apropiar.
te dan la propiedad y luego te quedas con ella. No se lo quitaste a nadie,
Ya,
pero te lo dieron.
Es propiedad. Sí.
Your lawyer is asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. I've never met you before.
Lo he conocido.
I don't know who you are.
No sé quién es.
The only way that I get to know you in this very short time is by looking at you on paper, because that will tell me who you really are.
¿Quién es?
I know that you're going to tell me it's gumdrops and rainbows and that you're always walking around with a halo. But really, what matters is on paper, because it tells us how we get to know you, essentially.
Sí, señor.
So, Mr. Kim, tell us about Mr. Diepa, please.
I couldn't find any other criminal history
Ningún otro antecedente criminal
for the defendant.
para acusado.
However,
Sin embargo,
Oklahoma has confirmed they will be picking him up tomorrow.
van a levantar mañana.
So I'd be opposed to a
Así que
bond because the
estoy en contra de una
transportation
fianza
is
por la
already
transportación.
here.
La
If they're
transportación
picking
está
him up
aquí.
tomorrow, that means
Si
they've
lo
already
levantan
landed in
mañana,
Houston
quiere decir
today.
que ya aterrizaron en Houston.
And it's a guaranteed transport back.
Transporte garantizado.
And for that reason, I would be
Y
opposed
por
to a
esa
bond.
razón estoy en contra de
I have no information on the
fianza.
embezzlement.
No tengo ninguna
I
información
attempted to
en
get a hold
apropiarse.
of the sheriff's office there. They were unable to give me any information. They
pudieron dar
They
información.
did set an
Ellos sí
in-state county
dejaron
bond for
Ellos sí
$112,000.
$112,000.
Never. Always something new.
That's why I said if we have more time, then I will win by default because he will get picked up tomorrow.
Have you run an
I
NCIC?
did nothing else, Judge.
response.
If I may, Judge, so first of all, my client works as a truck driver, CDL. That kind of goes with the charge that he is being charged with embezzlement. He was supposedly given something, charged with something, and there's an argument that, hey, somebody didn't get their property back or something. He has a great argument for it. There showed me some emails back and forth between him and the dispatch showing that the possible bail for property made it to where it's supposed to be. They've contacted a lawyer out in Creek County. He's got no criminal history. He's a resident. There's no flight risk. He hasn't been here before. Now, I understand the predicament that somebody might be expending travel time and things like that, but my client's in jail. And so that means a lot to me, and I hope it means a lot to the court. Because he's got no previous fugitive cases and he hasn't messed up in your court, I would ask that he be allowed to go turn himself in, and he's got a plan to do that. I asked him, hey, what's the difference between waiting for Oklahoma? And it's easy for me to say because I'm not in there. I think we'd be in a different position if we had to wait.
You know, there's transportation, they're ready to come pick him up. Whereas one of the things that I'm gonna require, I'm gonna tell you now, is that his passport be surrendered, so I know that he's not gonna, take off and that can't go international. Mr. Kim, I think that's.
And unfortunately, I wish I had more facts to give you. I mean, especially with the consideration of bond for the embezzlement, it could be a couple $100, it could be $3 million. I have truly no idea what the level of, because I don't know what's in the
What does
cargo.
the teletype say? Does it tell?
It just says felony embezzlement. I don't know what the cargo is that he allegedly mishandled, for lack of a better word. I truly don't know, and that's why I have a difficult time, other than that argument.
If you want, I will, but I want the passport first.
Let me ask him if he's got access to the passport. ¿Tienes el pasaporte en donde lo puedes entregar?
El pasaporte está en mi casa.
A tu casa.
Yo tengo mi residencia en los papeles como en la billetera mía. Tengo mi residencia.
Ok, pero después quiere el pasaporte. No sería difícil para que ellos vayan.
Let's do it. I guess I'm gonna let you talk because I don't want to say, I don't want him to say something,
Well, he is a resident. He is a resident. So if we have proof of that.
I don't know that.
Well, if we have proof of that, would you?
He could be Bugs Bunny for all I know. How do I know?
For what it's worth, I don't believe this particular, and other than the irony of, because it's a fugitive case, I don't believe he is an international flight risk, because nothing in the teletype or for the information I have concerns with, but it's just obviously him not returning to Oklahoma in the first place. That was my concern, because it's guaranteed.
His wife is here, his wife lives here, he's using, I think his son, tu hijo o quita fuera, un bebé, es tu hijo.
You want to surrender the,
Mi sobrino.
Okay,
Está mi esposa.
his cousin is here, the cousin's husband works with him in the trucking company that they have, and so they're all here saying it's a big mistake, they're here supporting him, he is not a flight risk because his family's here. And his company's here, it's just one of those situations where he needs to figure this out.
Assuming it's a one-day transport, because it was probably a two-day transport here, is he goes up one day and he still has to make the bond, the 112,000 in Oklahoma. That hasn't changed. And so, unless they argue for it there. So either way, I don't think the time difference will be an issue because he'll be taken into custody whenever he self-surrenders.
so here, the deal is this, Mr. Diepa, is that
Esta es la situación, señor.
we give people one shot to do the right thing when you have a fugitive case. If you want me to set you a bond, I will. It has to be sufficiently high so that you know we are serious and that we expect you to go turn yourself in. We give you 2 weeks from the date of your release to go either turn yourself in or post bond in that jurisdiction. And if you do, this fugitive case against you gets dismissed. You're old enough to know that actions have consequences. And if you fail to do this, you fail to go turn yourself in, if you fail to post bond in that jurisdiction, then I will revoke the bond here. I will set it at 0. You will not get another one. I will get a hold of you, and this time I will hold you here until Oklahoma comes and gets you. Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
We have a lot of people here. You already know that Oklahoma is going to come here tomorrow to come pick you up.
Para ver,
A
levantar.
lot of times we have people, instead of paying the money to get out, save it to be able to hire a lawyer or post bond in that jurisdiction, because you still have to post bond over there, which is over $100,000.
Alcanza allá.
Here, if you post bond here, because it's a fugitive case, you are an inherent flight risk. So you will have to post most, if not all of the bond to be able to get out. Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
What do you think of bond amount?
Yes.
It's hard to say because I don't know the severity of the embezzlement, but
I mean, it's got to be high enough so that he knows we're in business,
I was
right?
going to say, so with the distance of it and the age, I'd say 7,500.
Diría que se-
Judge, I asked for
500.
2,500.
Yo pido
All right, I'll split the puppy.
2,500.
Yes, Judge.
Entonces,
The bond is set at $5,000.
entonces, $5,000.
You know what's expected of you.
¿Sabe lo que
You know the consequence of your failure to act. I'm not going to play this game with you again.
va a jugar este
Do
juego?
you understand? All right.
Yes, yes.
Good luck. Has he already
Es
waived?
fuerte.
No, and so if you want to,
He has.
oh, sorry, he did waive, so he didn't refuse. My bad. Yes.
So we'll. pull
How
that.
much time did he have under his belt?
15th, so 3 days.
Okay, so if he does, we'll need the waiver
Well, yeah.
or the withdrawal
So
waiver.
he can make that
Lo
bond?
tiene que hacer.
My understanding is yes, let me confirm with him,
Okay,
just one more time.
I'll stand down. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Así con él.
Good morning, Mr. Ginder. Good morning, Your Honor.
So
What's the word, Thunderbird?
I have an update, but it's not a good one. So, and credit to Amy, she's been mostly following up, but I was able to speak with the deputy sheriff in Bucks County. And right now they're spread so thin, they have no way of picking up before even the 30 statutory days. They have 4 people spread out and they have priority cases. And I explained to the sheriff's officer, like, this isn't a capital murder, this is an aggravated sexual assault of a child, this is a theft by taking. And so priority wise regarding the charge is they're just unable to accommodate. They're trying to get adult probation to figure out if there's another way to do it, but for this warrant, just be forthcoming, is that this isn't one they're going to be able to. But also it presents the issue is they're not going to recall the warrant. They still want him, they're just physically unable to do it within the statutory period. So this isn't even a discretion thing, they're just unable to do so. So
Just because we still have to follow the law.
right, and so we're stuck in this quagmire where he's gonna just keep getting arrested because the warrant's still gonna be live. Like, he could leave today and get arrested this afternoon, it's just gonna keep happening. And
Well,
so,
look, you can lead a horse to water,
right,
as the saying goes. You already know that even if you get released today, that warrant will be eternally out there until you go back and hear it. Every time you get arrested, how many days are you missing in your life? 20, 30 days, every single time. So the right thing to do is go back.
but I mean, that's also why he keeps getting arrested, is because every time they believe that they have the capacity to do it, and then suddenly they realize they have holiday pickups and they have other things that take priority. So that's why the warrant is still being validated, is because they think this time they can make it within.
What are you going to do?
So this one, I mean, because they've already related, and I'm relating to the court that they're unable to, is I'm not agreed to a bond, but I'm not opposed to a bond. I mean, ultimately, when it runs out the date, we run out the date, and I'm still waiting. Legally
So
speaking, I'm
you
waiting
won't,
for.
you're not going to nullify it though, I guess.
I'm gonna wait until I get a final confirmation from adult probation there, because they're the actual, just like for the DA's office here, for our warrants, is they're the final decider of how they want to handle the warrant. And apparently, it takes a little bit of time for them to respond to the sheriff's office there, and I'm not gonna waste this court's time if they're not gonna
Have
respond.
we had him here before?
We've had him 3 times before. And so he was
Have we
arrested.
ever given him a bond?
No, we've dismissed, I believe, before it came to that. And like I said, 2 of them were before my time, before I joined general litigation. So I can't speak to when Katie and Stan did it, but at least for myself, is we dismissed it before that became a scenario.
Judge, my understanding is he was held until they maxed out their time and then he was released 3 times.
Sure, of course. That, I mean, I guess that was implied, but what,
Right, it's not a day of, he's released, they max out, they
Sure.
don't get extra time. So he sat down 3 times for this. 14 days, 3 times, so 45 days, when they're not done with it.
but at the end of the day, it's one person that's right?
And so
I mean, it's not,
I told him, hey, he's gonna say, what's the difference this time? And he tells me he's got the funds.
no. I'm gonna set a bond from now. I'm gonna give him a bond.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, I mean, there's no sense in keeping you in custody when we know they're not gonna come, right? But like I said, if you don't go back, this is going to continue to happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So it would behoove you to get back there as soon as possible, take care of it, so you can be done with it once and for all, and go on with your life. Really, it's nonsensical to keep getting arrested and you sit 14 days every single time. I mean, we're working 3 times now, really. Now, begs the question, what's the bond amount?
For the court, like I said, if it wasn't a parole violation, I'd probably be more comfortable just giving a number and being agreed to one. But in the end, I understand the transportation difficulties, but ultimately it is a parole violation. And so that's why I can't agree to one. I'm just not opposed to one.
Judge, I think the issue is gonna be him having somebody to come and actually post a bond for him. This is a situation where they're not dismissing the case, therefore you need somebody to come.
I'm gonna give you a PR bond.
Oh, fantastic then.
You know, I mean, there's no sense in keeping someone in custody when we know that they're not gonna come. It's just, it's not fair.
Bond, I would ask for a $300 PR bond.
You know what you have to do.
Yes, sir.
Go back, get it done once and for all. I'm gonna give you a PR bond now, but I'm gonna tell you one time, I'm not gonna continue to play this game. If you act like a child, well, we're gonna treat you like a child. We're not asking for much. I'm gonna give you a PR bond now, but this is a fugitive case. You get one shot. Normally, when we have people that come back on multiple fugitive cases, we don't continue to give PR bonds. We don't continue to do this. I'm gonna do it now because he's already indicated that they're not gonna come get you. But if you get arrested again, and if it continues to happen, you're old enough to know actions have consequences. So does the failure to act. You understand, Mr. Ginder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll give him a PR bond now and then just let them know.
January
Just,
2nd is 14 days.
Okay.
Well, plus the one date for
but
release.
I mean, I'm releasing him now.
Right, what I mean is in terms of directives to return, because the PR bond is still within the context of the fugitive case, and so releasing for the
So
bond.
I'm
is still-
ordering you to go back to this jurisdiction, to go either turn yourself in or go post bond. Where is it, Mr. Kim?
Pennsylvania, Bucks County.
You must either go turn yourself in or post bond in that jurisdiction. If you do that, that will take care of this fugitive case. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you don't, this warrant, this nationwide warrant will be out there for eternity. Okay,
Understood.
Done.
Thank you, Judge.
all right.
Thank you, Judge.
So bond set at 300, Ricardo, and PR bond